All right, what's going on, guys? I need to make sure I'm actually live over on YouTube real quick. That would be me. Okay. Sweet. So that's working. Because last Friday, my live stream got banned for copyright music. Anyway, I'm probably going to put a short position on sooner rather than later. Again, still on the eval phase for the free streams, getting pretty close to passing a couple different evals. Yeah, we should be able to pass at least one today. Unless we end up full speed pumping rest of session, which I guess is entirely possible, but it's the low here, 1125. We really need to like at least try and lose this small time frame support here. If we can lose this small time frame support, I'll try a short again. It probably wouldn't be the highest odds trade, but we don't need that many points to pass the eval, so we'll see. If we also extend higher, maybe to like 7630s, I could maybe even just try a direct short there with range to the downside. We'll see. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well today. It's been a pretty trendy session, mostly just up the entire day. Whoa. Nice push here. Again, if we can get up to like 7630s, I might just try the direct short. We'll see. We'll see. And then obviously if we lose 11's support, then I would try a short as well. Again, we've just been basically pumping all session. Like, I think there should be some mean reversion at some point, even if it's small. So we'll see. Just be a bit patient now. See if we hold this area here as support. If we lose this, I might try a short. Again, I'm trading evals. This isn't a trade that I would want to take on fundeds. But we're pretty close to passing this eval, so I can be pretty aggressive with trades and pass most of the time on trades like this. We'll see. Really tight range up here, honestly. Pretty slow part of the session as well. Like, you know, there was really good PA right at open. And honestly, even at weekly open, there's pretty good PA. But really, ever since the session started, unless you got in on that failed breakdown, like right at New York Open, then you've probably just been sitting sidelined, or at least I have been. Did get a winning trade last night. Ran for basically plus 3R. Before finishing out at break even. See if this high holds for a wick or if it's going to continue pumping. Here. Does ES generally give you better setups than NQ? I'm a better ES trader than an NQ trader. So I mostly just focus on ES. Right now, ES has definitely been the better pair to trade compared to NQ, especially as of lately. But that's generally how the market goes. I mean, I remember like 4-ish years ago, and honestly, like just generally speaking, I think NQ probably gives like faster, bigger moves. But especially like 3 or 4 years ago when I was trading ES like exclusively, NQ was the real leader in terms of market strength. Right now it seems to be ES though, but it kind of goes in ebbs and flows. I personally just like trading ES more. I've never really got on with NQ that well. I mean, I still have great NQ setups, don't get me wrong, but I think ES price action's easier to read for me. So I think we probably go up to like 76.30s right now, unless we start selling off underneath this blue box, and especially if we break underneath 76.11 support. So we'll see. We shall see. Again, this is like one of the more dead parts of the day to be trading. So we don't expect to see like huge trend moves or huge mean reversion moves, you know, during this portion of the day. But it can still happen. What we've been noticing lately is, you know, the summer lunchtime window, which is basically right now, has been generally choppy. And then for the last hour of the day, like power hour, we've actually gotten some decent tradable moves to follow through. So we might see something similar today. So if we can extend a little bit more to the upside, I'd probably try a short. If we break down underneath here or underneath 76.11s, I'll also try a short. I know it's been uptrend the entire day, but like I said, I don't need to make a good trade here to pass this eval. I just need to not make a horrible trade. So we'll see how close we can get towards 7630s before we try the short. Again, once filled, I would only need about 9 or 10 points, probably about 9-ish points of drawdown. Well, I guess not drawdown, but price drawdown. I'd basically need 9 points of profit in my favor to pass this eval. And then once we get that, then we can move on to a different eval with maybe a little bit better setups. There was a really solid long setup at open. I know this price seems like it was like basically weeks ago at this point because of how far away it was. But we swept out the overnight low and then reclaimed this shelf of support in here. And basically as soon as this happens, like anyone could have longed to this clear invalidation underneath the low of the day and would have worked out handsomely. Whoops. Really, we haven't even seen a dip big enough to be buying like all day. It's been kind of insane. Like every microscopic dip of like 5-ish points or so just gets bought. Pretty wild. Yeah, like if I wanted to be super aggressive, I could maybe try longs on dips, but there hasn't been a dip big enough to really be able to define risk at a level. I mean, maybe you could argue like 76.11s, but it's really like days like this are pretty hard to find trades if you're not already in from basically a lot lower. You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, this has moved like 6 or 7 or 8 points in the upside in the Bulls' favor here within the last 20 minutes, which is honestly more than I was expecting. I was kind of more expecting like a chop range to form. Which, I mean, obviously we still can, but Hope everyone had a good weekend, though. We were able to catch a pretty big win during the free stream last Friday, so last trading session. Hoping to follow it back up here today. Do I think Spotify looks good to buy here? Interesting question. Spotify. Honestly, I don't really buy stocks. I'm looking at it on my other screen. I'm not ignoring you. I mean, I guess it depends what your goals are. If you're bullish at long term, we are like basically close to 50% off the highs. We set those highs last June. So it's been about a year and about a 50% haircut on Spotify. If you're bullish at long term, I mean, it's where you can start DCAing, but obviously can't give out financial advice. And I don't even really buy stocks. I mean, I basically, for my main portfolio, I have like some of the bigger mega cap names, and then like just SPY. I don't really try and trade stocks, but if you're talking swing trade, looks like you said 1 to 2 year long. If you're feeling comfortable like holding it for a couple of years, then the price shouldn't matter too much to you, because you probably think it can go up to new all-time highs. When you're looking at a trade that you're going to hold for that amount of time, then it's better to probably just DCA, like buy a little bit every single week, instead of just like putting your max allowance in at the bottom or trying to time the bottom. So up to you, really. I would love to pass some more evals today. Gonna have to be aggressive. About 3-ish points from getting filled on the short. I need about 9 points of downside to fill out and pass this eval. I would need like 40 points against me for this eval to blow. So like I said, just can't make an absolute horrible trade here and we should be able to pass this. About 1.5, 2 points from getting filled on this at 76.27. Again, this is not a funded trade that I would take at all. There's basically no setup here other than the fact that I think we can get like 10-ish points of downside before we get the 40-ish points of upside that would need to happen for me to blow the account, if that makes sense. Which you're all smart, so I know it makes sense. One more point's all we need here. Again, guys, on the fill at 27s, there's absolutely no setup here. I'm just like basically getting in and hoping that we can get some downside. Only doing this because it's eval and I want to try and put something on today. We started this eval obviously flat, so at 50,000 balance. So far we've made $2,577 on the free stream. This account has not been traded in the premium Discord membership at all. It's all just been traded here on stream. I've taken very speculative trades like this and it's worked out so far. See if we can catch another one. It would be absolutely wild if this is the top here and it just never comes back, right? Surely not. I mean, if we do get another setup and it fires off at like 76.20s, I would still take it too. I don't have to get in at 27s. Yeah, this is MES, Xander. Basically every time I'm streaming, it's gonna be MES. No point in trading ES like the minis when your drawdown per account is like 2K to 4K, whatever your account size is. Honestly, like 1K to 4K, I think is the range that like 95% of funded accounts fall into. So I trade MES, yeah. Still waiting for that fill. What's up, Ali? No, this is not a new eval. This is the same eval we've been trading. You can see the balance is at 52,577. Like 2 points to get this fill, see if we can get it. Again, I'm going to be kind of like more in scalpy mode right now, just to try and, you know, get the 500 bucks that I need to pass this eval. I just don't feel, even though we have been like trend long all day, I just don't feel comfortable chasing all the way up here. I mean, we're at daily resistance at this point. Limits at 27s, 76 27s. Holy crap, finally got filled on that order there at 27s. All right, I need about 450 to 500 to pass this eval. So we'll see if we can get it. Again, this is not a trade that I would take on fundeds at all. I don't have any invalidation other than just my eval account blowing. I have like 2K drawdown in this account, so I would have to make an absolutely horrible trade for this trade to blow, basically. And I don't think we have 40 more points of upside left in today's session. I mean, we would need to get to 76, 67 in order for this to blow. It's obviously about 40 points higher from current. So I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, which is why I'm trying short up near high of day. If it keeps pumping and we take a small loss on the day, then so be it. We'll just try again tomorrow. Again, guys, not a funded trade at all. I know some of you guys in here watching have been in here before. Some of you are new. Essentially what I'm doing here on the free streams is I'm trying to pass as many evals as possible. And then once those evals are passed, I will trade those new funded accounts on the free stream as well. Obviously, I run a premium Discord right now where I trade the New York AM session as well as basically whenever another trade sets up. That's in the premium Discord. So those setups are, you know, the best profitable setups that I stand behind. The setups I take on this stream, especially on eval, are just extremely speculative. We'll see. See if we can get some downside here. So we might be sitting in this position for a while. Again, guys, there's obviously a very strong upside pull on the market. I think the only way that this trade is going to work out is if we somehow set a top up here, or if we just kind of, chop around for a while, we can maybe find some more scalpable potential setups here. I just feel like there's more chance of a small drawdown of 8 or 9 or 10 points from 27s than there is a huge pump with no drawdown from here. I think basically the pump's already, I don't want to say over, because we're still at high of day here and still attempting to make higher highs. I don't want to say the pump's over by any means, but I think a majority of the move from today's session is over. Obviously I could have been way more conservative with my entry here, and I could have, waited for something better to set up. But at the end of the day, I am just trading some evals here. This is all just nice free entertainment for you guys. If we're going to blow some evals on the way, we're going to pass some evals on the way. We're going to blow some fundeds along the way, and we're going to take some payouts along the way as well. So everything is wide open, full transparency for you guys to see. And it always will be that way. Again, I want you guys to keep in mind too that the premium Discord is the best possible setups, and the setups I actually stand behind. The setup that we took today was a long from down in here. This is all provable and viewable in the Discord. We longed 47s with a 7-point stop. I think it was, let me double check, because I did move my stop a little bit. 39.50 was the stop. So we longed here at 75.47s near the weekly open. We had a 7.5 tick stop loss here. This ended up running as high as basically plus 3R. Before it ended up being exited at break even right at market open. So this ended up running for basically 21 points with the 7-point stop. We took profit along the way, and that's the only trade we've taken today in the premium Discord. And we'll see if this can end up working out or not. What up, VP? How's it going, boss? So no real dip to report yet. No real setups to report yet. If we need to, we could scale into this short, but we'll just sit on hands for a while and see what happens. Still like 2 hours left in the session. Could be better. Settle for a trace stop loss of 0.4% instead of 3% win. Basically BE today. What moved 3%? You're trading like stocks probably. I never have really had too much luck with trailing stop losses. The only thing I really do is stop loss break even, which I guess is its own way of trailing stop loss, but I don't have like a true trailing stop loss that is like consistently running, you know, whatever, 20 points behind my position. I haven't really had luck with that. 3% on a port. 3% on a portfolio. I'm assuming. I mean, dude, a win is better than a loss. Doesn't matter how small it is. If I can consistently hit a small win every single day, I would absolutely take it. Took it on MES. Nice. Yeah, I guess we had that pretty big like whipsaw spike near New York Open. So I guess if you were like short or long, you could have gotten whipped out pretty easily there. If that's even when you took the trade, I don't know. Again, pretty boring session so far. I mean, obviously you're over the moon if you longed basically any price today. For me personally, I was long from last night at 75.47, ran for 3R, and that was the only funded trade I took today. Right now this is our first eval attempt of the day, just trying to catch any downside. There's absolutely no setup here. This is just based on vibes. If there's an actual tradable setup, I will post it on the chart. But I mean, the only trade here where you have some semblance of, you know, confluence would be aggressive market longs, just saying like, hey, price has been trending up all day. I want to be long until we see like some scary downside move. You're not in front of the chart right now, but if you want to know my entry, I can call it if you zoom out. Sure. This is the trades from last Friday that we took on the live stream. So this would be the weekly open here. Right about here would be New York Open. Your long, your exit was around your current short. You entered a long and you kind of got wicked out though, right? So maybe you were long from like pre-market, got wicked out. First retrace above your white horizontal line. First retrace above. Okay. Okay, so you were long from all the way up here. Gotcha. Well, either way, nice trade. Like I said, break even or even a small win is much better than people give it credit for. Everyone sees the big wins on social media like all day, every day, and they think that they need to be full porting in order to make any type of money when that's really not the case. You know, I trade 10 to 20 funded accounts copy traded at any given time. Like if I make $200 a day per account, that's still a huge winning day. But yeah, my main thing is just to be fully transparent with you guys. As you can see, these are the trades from this account that we took last, last time we traded, I guess Friday. We've made 2,500 in this account so far. Just need to make, 450 to 500 more to catch this into to basically get our first funded account for the free stream. You did catch the whole move on a different account, but with much less capital from the spike down back to the gap area from market open. Nice. Yeah, that was a pretty textbook long there. Only reason I didn't take it is because I had already been long from that level since the weekly open, basically. But yeah, nice long. Really clean setup down there. I mean, we literally, the long he's talking about, guys, this was the weekly open, right? This is like the overnight Asia session, London session, all that. We swept out basically every single level of liquidity right here at New York Open. Closed back above a strong pivot around 54.50s, and it's just squeezed ever since then. So really clean setup. Nice job. Moving a bit higher here, a little bit up, more than 5 points offsides on the current position. Again, this would need to run to 76.70s, so like basically another 35 points or so to blow the eval account. Just not really expecting that to happen. Again, this isn't a trade that I would take on funded because I don't have a stop loss defined. Just kind of using the whole account here. Did my internet go down? Having internet issues, guys. Can you hear me? I think we're good. I think we're good. I did just drop like 3% of frames though. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. What's up, Dave? Dave asks a very valid question. Why are you shorting when it's clearly bullish, brother? NQ up 2%. Just vibes. I mean, this is an eval trade. There's no, I don't even have a stop loss on the position. I'm thinking that we can move, you know, 10-ish points lower for me to pass the eval. If it ends up blasting off and blowing the eval, then I lose like $50 on the day. In the premium Discord, we caught longs from basically the low of the day. So, you know, I have a really nice, huge win on my funded accounts. If I lose one eval, it's literally not going to matter at all. It's drop in the bucket, basically. But yeah, valid question. I am assuming I'm going to get a lot more of those questions, especially if we keep moving higher. But yeah, just an eval trade. Wanted to take something to entertain the stream. Hopefully this can move lower. If not, then try again tomorrow. I said when I got in this trade, it's absolutely not something I would take on fundeds. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Where's my stop loss? My stop loss is the entire account, Packjaw. This is just an eval. So this account would blow at 76.67s, which would be about 35 points higher. Should be pretty brutal because that would be a pretty horrible trade there, but whatever. It'll happen occasionally. Would I size in? No, I wouldn't consider sizing in. If I size in, then I have to have a very clear defined stop loss, and I'm just kind of thinking that there should be some downside pull at some point today. Still got 2 hours or so left in the session, a little bit less. Could have maybe been more patient with the trade today, but whatever. You're inversing my trade? Good luck, sir. Honestly, I would rather see you win a 4-to-1 risk to reward than me just grab a small little base hit here. Am I mad? I'm in the red. This is a $49 eval, sir. Like I've already mentioned, the premium Discord caught the low of the day today, and we held it for a 3-hour win. So I'm up like $10,000 on my fundeds today total combined. If I lose this $49, it was literally, it's an eval. I'm chilling, bro. All right, guys, let's see if Packjaw's inverse at 76.27s is going to work or not. About, what, 4 points from that fill if he's actually even taking it. You're fed up with deep charts? Dude, I know. Deep charts, like, half the time I open deep charts, it, like, doesn't even want to launch. I have actually built my own version of it because of that. It's actually pretty easy to do, to be honest. I don't know if you have the same issue with deep charts I do, but like literally it would take 10 minutes to attempt to launch, and then after 10 minutes it would like time out and just like not even work. Like I wouldn't recommend deep charts as a product, but you live and you learn. Unfortunately for me, I think if this closes above this blue box, it'll continue pumping. You got ATAS. What is that? Some more charting software per chance. Oh, yes, it is. Order flow and volume analysis software. Gotcha. You actually just figured you tried leeching on a firm's offer. I got the web app on the X feed for free. Sick. But yeah, honestly, building a deep charts clone is like super easy. Yeah, it takes like almost no effort. It's not as like my version is like definitely not as nice and shiny and polished looking, but it works every single time. Whereas deep charts for me, I've talked to support so many times about deep charts. I've uninstalled it from my machine multiple times, reinstalled it, you know, done literally everything, tried different versions, tried the betas, like I like basically never even try and open deep charts anymore because yeah, it just wasn't working for me. I haven't had that issue, VP, but I also haven't used it as much as maybe you've tried using it. I basically ran into issues like a few days into me like owning the software, talked to support a bunch of times, couldn't get like a clean resolution, tried to get a refund, they wouldn't give it to me. And so I just built my own version. Probably web app only. Yeah, I downloaded the actual software to my computer, which you'd think would make it run better, but it didn't. Yeah, that could be a web app issue because I didn't have that issue for the few days it was working. So like I said, I think if this closes above blue box, it's gonna go to a new high on the day, so it's not looking amazing for this short at the moment. Where'd I get CME from? I get it from NinjaTrader. Still no close above blue box. Let's see, 10 seconds on this candle. No close yet. Yeah, I agree, VP. Feel like they've been too heavy on marketing lately. I mean, the trading industry is like consistently growing year over year, so it probably makes sense for them to do so. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to anything other than price action, to be honest. As lame as that sounds, like I don't pay attention to anything else. Still no close. It's good for us. Guys, I do want to plug the premium Discord real quick. If you want to actually take profitable setups with like a 7 or 8 month log of the logged trades that I've called out, click the link in my bio. There's a 7-day free trial. So if you don't like it, you do not have to pay for it. You can cancel it after a week and no harm, no foul. But yeah, I've been running that since last year. It's been going well. Have had like less than a handful of losing weeks, but month over month, every month we've been green. And you can scroll through the trade alerts tab to see every trade ever called out there, all the wins, losses, and break evens. Or just ask any of the premium members if you don't believe me. We run an 1.5-hour stream every New York Open, as well as I call out trades whenever one sets up, whether it be Asia session, London session, or during New York lunch. So if you're interested, again, click the link in my bio, 7-day free trial. After that, it's $80 a month. So very, very cheap. Or if you just want to hang out, I will still be doing these free streams as often as I possibly can. Trying to do them every single day of the week. Obviously, we are in the middle of summer trading right now, in the middle of New York lunch as well. So there's not going to be, as good quality of setups as there is throughout the rest of the day. So either way though, if you are new, make sure to drop a follow because I am trying to stream here as much as I can. Is now a good time to enter the short? Honestly, there's not really a short setup that I'm seeing on my screen. The only reason I'm short is just purely based off vibes. I think we can maybe move lower later on in the day. If you're looking for higher quality setups, like I will call a specific setup out, but there hasn't been anything that has triggered yet that's given like a clean close and a clean invalidation. I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be right back. If we close above the blue box, I think we continue pumping. All right, probably not going to close on this 1 minute candle. I'll be back by the next one. Okay, I'm back. Is my mic muted? No, okay. Did you get NinjaTrader through a firm or a full subscription? I have a live account with NinjaTrader. So just straight up through NinjaTrader itself as a brokerage. You can probably do like some prop firm way. I don't know. All right, getting back towards break even here. Let's see if that one guy is still in here. Who is that guy? Packjaw. Mr. Packjaw, sir. It looks like your entry is coming up, so let's see if Packjaw's inverse of my trade will work out or not. What up, Never Better? It's supposed to be really hot today, but it's actually pretty cold in my house right now because I got the AC going. Do I turn the AC off or put on a hoodie? I don't think Packjaw's in here anymore, unfortunately. We did reject here, which is nice, I guess. Got us back to break even. Could consider honestly flipping long here. Still think that there should be a little bit more downside pull compared to upside pull. I mean, I could totally be wrong, but maybe Packjaw will get me today, boys. Yeah, I'm actually like kind of freezing. I'm gonna put a hoodie on. Do I have one close? I don't think I have one close. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, I do. Never mind. Shout out me for having a hoodie so close. Thought I was gonna have to walk all the way to my closet. Oh, it's way better. Depending on where we're at price-wise, within like the next hour or so, I could maybe add to the position. I know someone was asking about that earlier. Almost might be worth just putting a stop in at high of day. What do you guys think? Stop at high of day? I'll just leave it. Honestly, I don't care. I think we can go trade out to 17s. What level of education do you have, if you don't mind me asking? I dropped out of college, VP. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty dumb. I think most people are smarter than me. I'm just like good at one specific thing, I think. What major? I hadn't decided. Yeah, like if you guys want to dunk on me for being dumb, I'll totally take it. I don't think I'm very smart at all. It definitely doesn't bother me to be the dumbest guy in the room. In fact, I'd rather be the dumbest guy in the room than the smartest guy in the room. about 30 more minutes, a little bit less, till power hour. We can maybe see some continued downside in case we tighten up before then. At least should get a little bit better volatility within the last hour of the day. What's that level on the downside? Are you talking about the blue box or the white line? My TP? My TP is just set there because that's what I need to pass this eval. Got accepted in med school, conflicted if I'll be able to trade at all. Well, congratulations, man. That's cool. In terms of if you're able to trade, I mean, it really just depends on your trading style. You can obviously swing trade and go for like multi-day holds pretty easily without really any change to your lifestyle, especially if you're super busy. But if you're talking like scalp trading, then yeah, probably not. I think this is going to start moving lower here, either pretty soon or just during power hour. I think most likely the TP will hit now at 17s. Maybe got in a bit premature. I mean, like I said, when I got in at the time, there was no setup on the trade. I was just like, yeah, can probably move lower. So we'll see if it can. %of retail traders fail. Hope this helps. I think it's probably... I don't think that many traders fail. I mean, maybe I'm just oblivious, but I still think it's a high percentage, but I don't think it's 95 anymore. It's still a lot. It's definitely still a lot. I think like 10 years ago, I think that's probably a more accurate number, but just with the online prop space, it's a lot easier to be profitable these days. Some of the names that join the live stream almost always are so freaking random. All more information at your fingertips, yeah. Not even just that, but just the math behind, you know, beating prop firms. I mean, this account cost me $50. It'll cost me another 150 to activate it if I pass it, and I can take, you know, up to like a 5K payout on it. Whereas before, without prop firms, right, if I had $200 to my name, there's no chance I was going to be able to turn that into 5K unless I got extremely lucky. I 100% agree, and I'll say this to everyone in here watching: like, just because it's way easier to be profitable now doesn't mean that you shouldn't pursue other careers. Like, if you're like accepted into med school like VP is, or you know, you can go to college or you can get a nice career, I would 100% say just do that instead of trading. Trading's still extremely hard, and prop firms aren't going to be around forever, in my opinion, or at least that's like what I'm preparing for at some point in the future. So if you're trying to trade like long term, it's really hard. It is honestly really hard. Like, have a bunch of friends IRL who I've never even considered being like, hey, like, you should totally leave your job and like try trading, because yeah, it's there's so much, not even like from a pure like execution standpoint, but just from a psychological standpoint, trading as a career is not for everyone. You know, there's only really a select few percent of people that can actually do this long term. I mean, I've been doing it for 10, 11 years. I don't know if I'll still be able to do it 10, 11 years from now. I mean, I hope I'll be able to, but just because I'm profitable and making good money now, I'm not expecting to always be able to do this the rest of my life. So yeah, like, if you have brighter futures ahead, like a sure thing, go for the sure thing. Trading is really hard. It's a lot easier than it used to be, but still really hard. I mean, if you guys have been in these streams for a while, you've seen me win and you've seen me lose. Just because I'm, you know, like a veteran trader at this point doesn't mean that I'm always going to be right on positions. That's how you met your wife? Anyway, guys, there's a lot more people in here watching the stream than there was earlier. So let me explain kind of what I'm doing right now. This is a singular eval that cost me $49 on Top Step. I've been trading it for a couple days here live on stream during like the worst time of day to trade, honestly, during the New York lunch session. We've ran up the balance from 50,000 to 52,500. So we've made about 2,500 bucks over the past couple trading days. I need only about $400 to $500 more to pass the account and get it funded, which is why I'm short. Again, there's no setup at all here. I just thought that there could be some downside pull to the market. So I tried short at 27s. You guys see I need 17s-ish to pass this account. If this account blows, then it is what it is. I've got more evals that we can trade on stream. There will be evals that we blow. There will be evals that we pass, just like there will be fundeds that we blow and fundeds that we get payouts on. So that's the position that you see on screen here. There hasn't been any setup that I've personally seen, you know, my trading style, that I've been able to even call out for people sitting on stream watching, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I'm hoping that we can get some more volatility near power hour. Power hour is the last hour of the New York session here, so coming up in about 15 minutes. I know I'm going to get asked like a million times why I'm in the short, and it's the simple answer is I'm in it just because I think it's more likely we get 10 points of downside from my entry than it is that we get 40 points of upside to blow the account. It's just, it really just boils down to that. If we get really unlucky and this pumps 40 points and blows the account, well, that sucks, but it's just an eval, guys. It's just an eval at the end of the day. In the premium Discord, which I run, we made around 3R-ish from last night. So I haven't touched fundeds at all today. It's honestly been a pretty boring day. Like, unless you were long from much lower, like you've either been sitting on your hands or getting run over if you've been trying shorts. And if we get run over today, whatever, so be it. Try again tomorrow. Doing everything transparently for you guys. There's that blue box of resistance again. I talked about this earlier. I was like, if we close above this blue box, we probably go for a new high on the day. It's rejected as resistance ever since. Same still goes. If we can close a 1 minute candle above here, which would be about 76.34s, I think that we can at least see new highs on the day, potentially even pump during power hour, which would be unfortunate for this eval, but it is what it is, right? My credit card company just sent me an email, and it says that my credit card qualifies for free. What is this? Free Dash Pass, like the DoorDash subscription service. I guess I just get it now for free because of the credit card I have. So that's kind of sick. I almost never order DoorDash, but maybe I have to now. Let me see what's even on DoorDash in my area. That would be worth ordering. Honestly, I don't even care. I'm probably not going to use it. But if you guys have the Robinhood Gold credit card, check your email. You probably just got a free 6-month Dash Pass. So to the about 100 or so people in here watching, I appreciate you hanging out with me, even though, you know, I'm currently sitting in a losing position and market's basically just chopping sideways. But I appreciate the hangout. It's nice to chill with you guys. If you guys did take any trades today, I'd be curious to know what you took, whether it was a win, loss, or break even. If you feel comfortable sharing it, let me know. We can look at it on the chart together. Also appreciate all the likes, guys. We've got like right around 100 people watching and over 600 likes. So shout out to you guys. Thank you very much for that. Again, want to try and do as many free live streams as humanly possible, as long as I have time throughout the day to do it. So, you know, be on the lookout Monday through Friday, essentially, for live streams. If you are new, make sure to drop a follow so you get alerted every time I go live. Typically, I would say around the last 4, 3, or maybe even 2 hours of the New York session is like the window that I'm trying to hit. Obviously, I do the premium live stream in the morning, so I will never really be live on TikTok at that time. You have to join the premium to get access to that stream. But for the free streams, yeah, anywhere between the last 4 hours to the last 2 hours of the day, I'm going to be trying to come hit these free streams. And hopefully we can convert some of these eval accounts I have into fundeds, because my goal is, you know, trade as many evals as I can on stream, pass as many as I can. Then once I have a max allocation with Top Step, which would be 5 funded accounts, then we'll trade those specific 5 funded accounts on the free stream as well. So literally just every step of the way, I'm going to be here trying to pass some evals, trade some fundeds, get some payouts. And yes, we are in a slightly losing position now. I'm not really worried about it unless we close a 1 minute candle above 34s, which we are kind of knocking on that resistance right now. It's been resistance for about, let's see, what time is it? Let's say it's been resistance since here. That's when I drew the blue box. It's been resistance for about 40 minutes or so. I am nervous that if we do break and hold above there, that we're going to get like a nice trend long on for power hour, especially because that's kind of lining up time wise. So we'll see. We'll see. Pretty wild pump, though, to be honest. I mean, we've pumped almost 100 points from the low of the day. What is the low of the day, actually? I think it's like 44s, if I remember right. 43s. So low of day is 75, 42, 75. We've pumped nearly 100 points. About less than 10 points away from a 100-point pump on the day. So pretty crazy rip. If you guys have been in the stream a while, you've talked about, I've talked about the premium trade that I took, but I will cover it real quick because honestly, it's a little unfortunate what happened, even though it was a winner. So in the premium Discord, I told everybody to go long down here at 75.47s. We initially had a 10-point stop. Oops. We initially had a 10-point stop on the trade, but when I was watching it low time frame, I really liked this PA in this zone. And I was like, okay, guys, if we go underneath this low, it's probably over for the long. So what I did is I tightened the stop up just a bit to 7.5 points there. This ended up running very, very nicely. I ended up TPing this around plus 2.2R, if I remember correctly. Ended up running as far as nearly plus 3R here before we ended up getting stopped out break even. So that was kind of the unfortunate thing was, you know, even though this did run 2.77R, it did spike us out at break even right at New York session, and then it just has ripped rest of day. So if it didn't put in that move, it could have been a huge winning day for us in the premium, because from that entry to current price, we're talking about over an 11-to-1 risk to reward there. However, sometimes this is going to happen where, you know, it would have spiked us out break even and ripped. Sometimes it would have taken us out break even and stopped us out. So I still think, even with hindsight, even with seeing the PA from today's session, like going break even is still the correct call. Even though we did end up missing the huge move, we still were able to catch that base hit. Honestly, better than a base hit win in the premium. Better than a base hit. Base hit would be like plus 1R. This ran nearly plus 3. So that was the premium trade. I tried taking other trades. Nothing could really set up for me. And the only other thing that we've done today is this eval short from 27s. So it looks like we did get a candle close above here. Immediate rejection. If we go back above this high, it's probably going to start moving higher. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions if you have them. Feel free to dunk on me if you want to about the current trade I'm in. I've talked about why I'm in this trade a ton of times, but I know we have new people cycling in and out basically all throughout the stream. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Check the 5 minutes. All right, what am I looking for on the 5? What am I looking for on the 5 minute, sir? I'm getting pretty hungry right now. So hopefully, let's see, power hour about to start here in the next few minutes. I'm definitely a bit nervous about this short, especially if we close back above blue box with power hour looming. Could be bad for us. Well, bad for me. I don't know what trades you guys are taking, but it's about to feel kind of uncomfy soon, I think. Let's see. This next couple minutes are pretty important here, I think, on, you know, the outcome of this trade, at least in the short term. Still no close. And did this close on ES actual? Not just MES? It's very close. Yeah, it did. Turbo dump during power hour per chance? Power hour officially on. Last hour of the day, guys. Lock in. Oof. Is this gonna give the close? No close yet. 20 seconds. Like I said, I think if this re-closes above blue box, like it's probably GG's for me, at least in the short term. Let's see. 5 seconds. No close still. I mean, this blue box has worked extremely well as resistance. I mean, if I was smarter and scalping, I could have probably caught a lot of downside there, or at least for some moves. Yeah, this is kind of looking bad now. This is kind of not looking good, boys. Kind of not looking good. Hope you guys I hope you guys inversed me just like Pac-Man or whatever his name was. Pac-Rat. Rack-Pat. Whatever it was. Pack-Jaw. Pack-Jaw believers are printing right now. Okay, most likely going to get the close above here. Looking bad for me. Honestly, it feels kind of gross being in this position now. I liked it initially. I liked it even more when we started rejecting here, but now we got the close above, onto new highs on the day, last hour of the day. Yeah, I don't know. I think honestly, actually this long here can work. I actually think this long can work. Sadly. Let's see. I know this is a little confusing because I'm short from 27s. But so be it. Oh, boys. Hey, it'll make some content, right? Doing it for the content. I promise you guys we will pass some evals and we will get some payouts on fundeds. The first step of that equation just may not happen in today's stream. Soon we dump, says Provoked Picks. I hope so, man. I hope so. It's just not looking good for us right now. I mean, power hours upon us. Structure looks bullish. Time will tell, but as of right now, it doesn't look good. Fadi says, this is manipulation. Perchance, man, perchance. I should probably pull the long setup off the screen, because I think people scrolling by are going to be like, what the hell is this guy doing? Oh boy. If you do it, then I'll go the other way. I'm gonna pull it off the screen. I think it's just too confusing and like, yeah. I know everyone that has been in here and has heard me talk about, you know, how I'm viewing the market today understands what is going on, but for people who are just like scrolling by, it's their first time in the stream or whatever, it's definitely like, what is this guy doing? So we'll see. We need to get lucky. We need a whatever, basically a 20-point dump. Now it's acting as support. That's typically how it goes, right? Previous resistance can turn into new support on a backtest. Obviously, that's not always how it goes, because if that was always how it goes, you could literally just only trade that setup, you know? Yeah, we are testing support now. This is previous support. We've been bullish all day. I'm kind of feeling like this is going to hold as support again for another move higher. I think we have to get lucky for us to trade this out towards 76.17s. But maybe we'll get lucky. It's the last hour of day, more volume, more volatility. So we could see something special. I'm thinking like worst case, I lose like 1K today on this account and we trade it again tomorrow. Really not that big of a deal. We would have to like put in an absolutely gnarly 40-point pump right now for me to blow this account, which I just don't see happening. Another bear doji. Look at the 5 minute. I'm assuming that's what you're looking at. I mean, the trend is still up, though, is the problem. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. Sorry. This area is definitely still holding us support. Not looking good for me, to be honest. Maybe we can pump a little bit higher. It runs out of steam and then snaps back down. But if I wasn't already in this trade, I might want to be long from current, to be honest. If this blue box of support does end up failing, that would be pretty bearish because we would have swept high of day, tried to hold it as support on the way back down without any sustained follow through. So if we do lose this level, like if we do close underneath 76.32s, then I think we can actually see some downside. Until then, bulls should just hold control. Only about 40 minutes or so left in the session. It's looking like this is more likely to be a losing trade than a winning trade, but you never know. I will basically hold this position until it either blows this eval or passes. We shall see. We shall see. Just kind of how it goes, though. Like, you know, I got on stream basically right before I entered the trade. About, well, how long have I been streaming for? 2 hours and 11 minutes. So yeah, I got in the trade around that time, just because I wanted to put something on for the stream. There's really not been any setups for me to trade during this New York lunch window anyway. In fact, like I said, it's looking pretty bullish. The only saving grace that we could possibly have here is that we are not really following through to the upside just yet. So if we do break underneath 32s, then maybe we can get back towards 27s, and then that creates kind of a cascade effect that can trade out towards 17s or even lower. It's very, very unlikely that this account will blow today because we would need this to pump 30 points higher. Oh, what's up, Packjaw? Did you get long at 27s, sir? You longed earlier. Nice. Yeah, the stop loss on this is just the entire account, so it'd be around 76.67s, about 32 points higher from current price. It's my path tool. We can go under here, reject this as resistance, then we go for at least this low. That's what I'm hoping for. Like I said, though, it's going to be extremely, extremely unlikely that I lose the account on this trade, because we would need to pump another 30 points with only about 40 minutes left in the session. So we still will be able to trade this account tomorrow, regardless of what happens, basically. We'll just need a little bit more profit tomorrow to pass the account. Unless something crazy happens. Like I said, I mean, if we do lose a blue box, then the ball's temporarily back in the Bears' court. See if they can do anything with it. Shout out to all the people who have been in here since basically the start of the stream. I definitely recognize a few of the names in the live viewers tab on my end. So shout out to you guys. Volume kind of drying up right now. We'll probably see some maybe whipsaw-y type fireworks near end of session. Still got about 30 minutes left or so in the day. Basically, ever since we attempted the reclaim of this blue box pivot resistance slash support, price hasn't done too much. We have run the high of the day, but no follow through as of yet. I think if we were to lose blue box at this point, it would be pretty textbook bearish. At least in terms of a PA specific setup, because we would have a high with no follow through and then a lower low. Be a small time frame market structure break to the downside. Now, whether bears can do anything with it or not is left to be seen. All right, guys, honestly, not too much happening. I think I'm going to step away just for a little bit. I'm getting pretty hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet, and I've been up for 7 hours. So I think I'm going to make some food. I'll leave the stream running though, because I want every trade to be fully transparent with you guys. So if it's a loss, it's not like I'm going to try and hide it off stream. So leave the stream running. And I'll probably check back in right before like the New York session is over, just to see like kind of what the results from the day are. Obviously hoping we can still see some downside, but it's not looking super likely. Basically ever since we reclaimed this 34s to 32s zone as support, we've just kind of got this slow pull up on the market right now. I think most likely I'll end up maybe minus 750 on the day. Best case scenario, obviously we can still trade out towards 17. There's just really not that much time left in the day. So guys, if you have been watching for a while and you're not already followed, make sure to definitely drop a follow, because I'm going to be live as often as humanly possible for free here on TikTok and YouTube. Thanks for being here, guys. Again, I'll leave the stream running, but I'm going to turn the camera and the mic off for now, and I'll check in near end of session. All right, guys. Thank you. See you later. See you soon, probably. Alrighty, boys, I am back for the last few minutes here. Hopefully I don't have any food on my face. That would be incredibly embarrassing. Also, I left one of the windows open, which is why it's brighter in here than normal. So my vibe is completely gone now. But it's actually maybe going to work. It is actually maybe going to work, guys. You're rejected right where we needed to. I think this is going to work now. I do not think we're going to see new highs on the day. I think the high of the day is in. I'm going to go shut that window. One mukbang eating ASMR. Maybe one day. Maybe when I retire from trading. All right. Rejected literally exactly where we needed to. I think the high of the day is in. There's only like a few minutes left in the session, but maybe we can trade out lower. I think I said that like worst case I would lose maybe 750, 1,000 on the day. I don't think that that's really that possible anymore with the amount of time left. I mean, realistically, ever since I entered here, I mean, I didn't get really any. I had 2 points of MFE and 11 points of MAE. So not really like a super huge trading range, even during power hour. I think price movement was pretty decently clean. Like if I was just super patient and waited for setups, I probably could have scalped my way to passing this eval. It's looking like that's going to have to happen tomorrow though. But it's not going to, we're not going to blow this eval today. That's for sure. We would still need a 40-point pump with just a few minutes left in the session to see that happen. Anyway, I still recognize a few of the names here in the live stream, so I know you guys have stuck with me basically all stream, even though I wasn't here for like the past, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes or so. So I appreciate you guys. Oh my goodness. We'll try to be live around the same time tomorrow. Really the only way I wouldn't go live is like if something IRL came up or like if I wasn't feeling good, but I think I'm feeling totally fine right now. So should be good to go for tomorrow. I did get like, I almost got sick last week, but I think I kind of faded that. Thankfully. Maybe we'll get a nice spike out to end the night. Nice little increase in volume coming in here right at the end. I'm just going to hold this position till Top Step kicks me out of it. Usually it'll go about 5 to 10 minutes after market close, because technically market I don't think closes for a little bit here, but like the actual tradable New York session for the most part is until right now, this current minute. So we'll see. Definitely feeling gambly right now. Again, for anyone new joining, I did not just get into this position. I have been holding this position for, I don't know, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Haven't really seen any favorable excursion on it. Like 10 or 11 points of drawdown. Let's see if we can grab any points to the downside here to end the session. And guys, if you are new, make sure to drop a follow. I do daily live streams for free over here on TikTok and YouTube. So follow as to not miss any of those. Again, guys, if you are joining just now, there's only a few minutes left in the New York session. So this isn't a trade that I want anyone to be taking. This I'm just in this to see if we can get a little bit more downside. Maybe even potentially pass this eval here right before Top Step kicks me out of the trade. Worst case scenario, I think like absolute max that I could really lose on this would maybe be like $500 or $600 if we do get a gnarly pump right here with just a few minutes left. So these evals will still be tradable for tomorrow. So even if we can't pass it today, I'll try and pass it here on stream tomorrow. So again, drop a follow. All right, guys, I think that's basically going to do it. Top Step's going to kick me out of this position really any moment now. So I think I'll go ahead and end stream here. Current balance is around 52,450. It might change, you know, give or take a few hundred by the time Top Step actually kicks me out of the trade. I'll cover that tomorrow during that free stream. Appreciate everyone for being in here, whether you're watching on YouTube or TikTok. Make sure to drop a follow. And yeah, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Basically just a break-even session here for the free stream. So yeah, we'll try again tomorrow. See if we can pass this eval. We'll be probably less than $1,000 away from doing so. So it shouldn't be too hard as long as we can actually get on the right side of the market this time. All right, guys. See you later. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Later, y'all.